most common uses of slow pushing is to just recall after the crash. Because it takes your opponent so long to clear the wave, you're able to get back in time before they can crash the wave to your tower. Oh, and remember what we said about bounce backs after a crash? If the wave stalls at the tower after you crash a slow push, then you can force a freeze by coming back to lane with an item advantage. Sion doesn't want the wave frozen against him, so he tries to contest the Aurelia. Unfortunately for him, with her item advantage, she easily disposes of him. This kill was scored not through mechanics, but from Aurelia's previous slow push into the threat of a freeze. This was a perfect example of how to use waves to crush your lane opponent. The other most devastating tactic off of a slow push is setting up a tower dive on your opponent. Killing someone after crashing a big wave into their tower is incredibly punishing. Number 1, you've scored a kill. Number 2, you're denying your opponent a ton of farm while they're respawning. And number 3, you have a massive wave to help you take turret plates to snowball even further ahead. Coordinating a slow push while the jungler is on your side of the map and pinging them to dive is one of the most abused high elo wave tactics by far. You can literally win the game instantly if you manage to pull it off. Sure, in lower elos your junglers may not listen to your call, but it's still good to ask in case they do pay attention. But as we said, you can do anything you want off of a slow push. You can roam to another lane, invade the enemy jungle, set up vision, etc. Anything you attempt to do is far more likely to work out. By crashing a decently sized wave after a tower, your opponent will be forced to stay there, giving you more time for your play to succeed. And that's why slow pushing is the strongest wave tactic of the three. You get great advantages with very little downside, and the one downside it does have is easy to play around. The only way a slow push could turn out poorly for you is if you mess up during it. It's very important to know that the only difference between a slow push and a freeze is who is in control of the wave. For example, in this case the TF has a slow push going for him, since he's even in health with Syndra and he has the wave advantage. But let's imagine that Syndra randomly landed a crazy good trade onto the Twisted Fate. With him being at such low health and unable to contest the wave anymore, his slow push has just become Syndra's freeze. As we said earlier, freezes can be quite devastating, so this is a complete disaster for TF. So it's important to remember that the advantage of a slow push is all about that crash. You don't have to trade with your opponent while you're crashing a big wave if you don't need to. It's more important to make sure that you actually crash the wave to ensure your advantage. To wrap things up, we want to leave you with a clear message. You don't always have to use the most optimal wave strategy for every single scenario. It's impossible to always do the best play possible every single time. The most important thing to focus on is making sure that you don't use these tactics at the wrong time or mess them up either. Fast pushing and giving a scaling opponent free farm, freezing versus a powerful roamer, or dying while you're slow pushing can all be game-losing mistakes. Hopefully by knowing them ahead of time, you're much less likely to commit those mistakes and make full use of the power of all three strategies. And with that, we'll end things here. Hope you enjoyed, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Wave clear locks. Rules. Rule 1, we're allowed to defend objectives. We're not allowed to push for plates. We're allowed to push waves. We're allowed to defend towers and objectives, but we can only push if our team gets a Baron. We're allowed to invade with tower defense lux once, right? Like one invade. I'll go.
In the dark, all
One invade. That flashes something. Tower defense. I'm not even trying to kill people, dude. I'm just trying to farm. This is like what pros do, by the way. Like, I'm not even like, oh my god, I'm bad. I'm not even trolling. This is actually what pros do. They just take the farm. Oh, I misclicked. It kind of makes you have respect for pro players more when you realize that this is actually like, this is a big chunk of the game for them. It's just being patient. This guy is like irrationally upset and is trying to like outplay me.
I pass judgment.
He's a Timmy for sure. Damn.
They will be purified.
Yeah, that guy's a Timmy.
I hear the innocent cry out. I smell black magics.
Pro play is like watch a different game. I mean, this is pretty much pro play, is like just a lot of surviving and farming. That's why when you look at the farm numbers in pro matches, it's always like ridiculously high. Because they don't handshake trades as often. It's like Adrian was saying in Summoner Speak.
On wings of night.
I'm TPing because I don't want to miss any XP. Also, I think Akali will rotate a lot. Yeah.
Beware.
An enemy has been slain.
The dark should fear me.
This guy is out of control.
An ally has been slain.
In the dark, all is laid bare. I release them from
He's still roaming. Tower defense Lux, boys.
the shadows are to be feared.
Look, I'm not pushing. I'm not hitting it. Watch. I'm gonna get a plate the strategic way. OP right there.
Has been slain.
I hear the innocent cry out.
You see that? The strategic way. You see the strategic way? And now, GG, dude. GG to waves, anyways.
I smell black magics. Evil lurks around every corner.
Why is everybody in my fucking lane?
On wings of night.
What? That's bullshit. That doesn't hit. Fuck that hitbox.
Beware. should fear me.
Faker cannon, yeah. It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny watching them freak out, like angry, like angry dogs, you know? I'm doing this chat for my promo games. Yeah, these... Dude, it's one of those things where you're pretty much guaranteed a set amount of gold if you do it correctly.
The shadows are to be
But it's only... It's conditioned on whether or not you can last hit.
I hear the innocent cry out. I smell black magics.
I haven't been able to get any camps either.
Evil lurks around every corner. On wings of night.
You'd be surprised at how effective something like this, just not as obviously predictable as this, but like you'd be surprised at how just going into a game with a focus on farming and not being stupid will actually give you like a better position a lot of the time in solo queue though. Like no bullshit. We're allowed to defend objectives. It's in the rules of the road.
The dark should fear me.
Turret plating will fall soon.
In the dark, all is laid bare.
Like it shouldn't. It's one of those things where it probably shouldn't be this effective.
The shadows are to be feared.
It probably shouldn't be this effective, but it is.
Double kill.
You know?
I hear the innocent cry out.
And then they just start kind of like grouping on you.
Black magics.
Yeah, I can finally take some side camps, which is nice.
An enemy has been slain.
And to their dismay, they can't really do much, right?
On wings of night.
This guy's interrupting my flow. I guess I'll walk over here and deal with this.
In the dark, all is laid bare.
Yeah, Froggin with Anivia, I agree. He's one of the original farm guys.
The shadows are to be feared.
But you see how relaxing it is, though. It's not even like it's... The only time that it gets relatively difficult is when they actually like start sieging and you have to dodge some stuff while you're clearing. But like technically it's just how much risk are you willing to take for farm.
I hear
Your
the
turret has been destroyed.
Oh wow, that was bad. Oops.
I smell black magic. Impure fools.
An ally has been slain.
I release them from their pain.
It's kind of a
Evil lurks around every.
it's kind of a sad demo of just how easy it can be to win through the just pure focus on what your job is, as opposed to what everybody wants you to do, right?
On wings of night.
It's not me. You can't see me, I don't think.
Beware. The dark should fear me.
An ally has been slain.
They will be purified.
Your team has
Sezreal's very good.
your turret has been destroyed.
I pass judgment.
Oh, they actually went for Baron. Interesting. Isn't it funny though? Like it's not.
Your turret has been destroyed.
It's nothing fancy. It's just look at the mini map, see what the status of the waves are, blast the wave, repeat, repeat, repeat.
I hear the innocent cry out.
What recent changes?
I smell black magics.
Has been slain. Enemy double kill.
Evil lurks around every corner.
Like there wasn't a ton of like crazy outplaying happening. Like the emphasis is on mostly farming.
Your turret has been destroyed.
I release them from their pain.
I was lazy with that. I didn't realize my range was so short at this stage of the game.
Beware.
Yeah, you get to a pretty stupid level where, okay, I gotta be careful of Nocturne though. I'm just gonna park here on this thing.
The dark should fear me.
But there isn't.
Double kill. Ace.
There basically isn't, like, this type of stuff fascinates me mainly because it's so, like, it's so painless and it takes out a lot of the guesswork.
The shadows are to be feared. I hear the innocent cry. I smell black magic.
Ezreal is very serious about this game.
An ally
I
has
should
been
probably just go
slain.
stopwatch. Well, The thing is, like I said, I'm doing this purely for content, just for sport, right? But I'm just showing you, like, I'm not exerting myself in any like extreme manner, right? All I'm doing is just focused on farm, and like I could be playing more optimally. I could have already won this game, but I'm just showing that, like, if you do it the right way, if you do it the right way, they can't really push. You know? Oh, this guy's mad as fuck. But the CS should be easy, really, when you think about it. The only hard part is, like I was saying, early game.
The dark should fear me. In the dark, all is laid bare.
There's no play anywhere.
The shadows are unclear. Life has been slain.
Could you show the same style of gameplay with a melee mid? There's not many melee mids that can do stuff like this, except maybe like Tryndamere. Tryndamere is pretty good at being selfish, but...
I smell black magics.
This asshole's taking my farm.
Shut down. Your inhibitor has been destroyed.
On wings of night.
Shut down.
So like that would be a representation of how I envision, like, objective, focused, like just wave clear. Just because of how people play, they're just very disrespectful of their opponents often. All right, so invade. I want an invade, but 4 more. 4 more. Hello. Hello, hello. Terrible name. Should be banned. All right, well, no one's doing it. But resetting. There's no point in trying to force some awkward stuff. We do win level 1. Our level 1 is, I would argue, quite strong. But if they don't want to do it, they don't want to do it. Camille has Ignite. We can very easily get owned if we're not careful. It's Ignite pop. I like it. It'll put a little challenge to the game. Matchup depends heavily on the E usage. Or just parrying the second Q. That'll work as well. Don't know where Camille is. Okay. Very likely that it was a blue side start. Bad Vital. Reset Vital. Try to avoid the auto attack if possible. We got around the auto attack. Very nice. Reset Vital again. Gets 2 first. Be respectful of the 2. Save Q, dodge E.
An enemy has been slain.
Don't want to jump in and take that Vital versus Camille with E. Talk to Camille with Ignite. Talking, I think it's a good play. Then level up my E, miss that minion. Okay, she just ordered. Should have dashed in there. She still has E. Only level 3 here. Just offense, defense stuff. Play passive now. Should probably get value out of that once I reset Vital.
Your inhibitor has been destroyed.
Parry the block or block the E.
I smell magics.
I win here now. Since I carry the E, that's pretty much GG. We'll just slow play the wave. Let's try to get her teleport first before resetting. Decide what we do after reset. Parry. The reason why we know to parry there is because we just put her to the test and see if she's gonna quick parry off of this wall. Camille's, you jump in next to a wall, they'll often just E because they know that they can E and snap it off on you really quick. So because she did not TP, I'm just going to slow push a big wave. Can't dive or anything, but we can certainly get enough for the whip, assuming that we farm like a human being. Parry the Q. Do a big old exit trade. She's not respecting offense defense. Can't really reset the Vital right now. Try to get her to jump in and all these minions if she will. Or reset here. Whoop. Huge wave under. There's no need to do anything fancy here. TP option. Depends. All right, I'll TP this. A little risky. I don't think Jinx saw, so Jinx didn't see, so she played that incorrect. But if she had walked up, then it would have been probably a multi-kill. I didn't kill Amumu fast as I would have liked, but that's okay. I won't lose anything for this. It's a pretty early TP, so it's not like I throw the game or anything. I'm just getting gold on my champion, and I'm not really losing any XP. So the play is pretty decent. It's a decent look. It's just unfortunate that the AD carry was not awake. Oh, she got a shutdown anyways. Could have pinged more. The TP flank. We get rid of this cannon fast. We can start holding the wave here. We still have not gotten Camille's TP. Trying to get it by holding the lane here. If she doesn't TP now, she's going to start having XP problems. just last hit. Really focus on minion animation. We got first Drake. In part because we TP'd to bottom, I believe. Hold this position. There's a ward there. I'm gonna go clear it. She can be mad all she wants. I don't think she can stop me from clearing it. She'll just die. So that's a bad ward by Camille. One that she couldn't really defend. On 7, he'll start aggressing hard. Go back to freeze. XP problems starting to show up. Reset vital. Guard cannon hard. This is a tough spot. When she baits the parry out like that by jumping off the wall. Hold this. So it's a really good save by Diana to block the... Oh, wow. He got 6 and went in right away. I think he just died. Yeah. Pretty bad force by Yi. Thankfully, the wave doesn't look like it's completely under tower. So now, we'll just keep trying to hold the freeze. I mean, if Diana's willing to walk all the way to top to break it, that's cool. But I think Yi definitely makes that worse by coming up. We'll still push in. I'm gonna try to build a big wave so I can defend myself on it. Attach one more wave, then crash it, then decide what to do from there. We hard shot from here. Nice and easy shove. I think I can actually go for one plate because the wave is so big. So I got one plate. Very nice. I don't think I get 2. As much as I want to, I don't think I can. I think I should hold mid here. They will shove. Maybe they'll try to dive this guy. Flank could be an option.
Let us hunt those who have fallen to
Since
darkness.
we scared away the shove, and I don't want to lose solo farm. It's a good little rotation to discourage action. That was really sad. What if I just don't parry? What if I just do that now? So that's just a mind game. I was gonna let her have the stun if she wanted. Because I was gonna hold the parry for later. Because I know I'm just stronger here in this spot. She's just pushing way too hard into Fiora. She should have TP, and she does. Plate equals Gore Drinker now. TP options not available. I'm gonna block this. I don't want to give away tower. I'm pretty strong here with item. Same thing as last time. Item spike is huge. We'll get the big shot down there. Not being respectful of item spikes. No item. I have item. GG. Camille gets a wave under. Not much to say about it. Can't do much about it. Seraphie's ult to clear. I mean, kind of a weird play, but I don't absolutely despise it or anything. Oh, hello. So she has to E away now. Or she doesn't. She just wants to... I mean, if you're not going to be respectful, that's fine. She's just not being respectful of the situation now. I'm stronger because I got plates and I farmed better. Okay, no TP on the Camille, which means I should be able to get plates. Xerath is warning me that I'm about to get screwed over, so I'm just going to snag one plate safely and back straight up. Didn't get the plates, which is a shame. Yasuo's gonna dash through like 90 minions, probably. He gave it up. Cool. Tabbies is the move here. We probably lose tower, but I will be moving to mid to defend. Doesn't have the balls to hit tower, evidently. Oh, wait, I'm coming down. I don't think I ever lose this in a million years, so there's that. I did try to parry the W, I just mistimed it. I was trying to parry off of the animation. So Camille does get a tower, which is significant, but not that big a deal. She doesn't know how to really duel, it appears. So she just refuses to try to leave right away. Always kind of pathing weirdly, awkwardly. And this is the Ooga Booga meta that I talk about on these streams all the time. Is now take this tower. We reset, we grab item. And we're just gonna be a stat stick from hell now. Stat check, stat check, stat check. Side lane, side lane, side lane. So now it's just a straight up push, push, push scenario. Grab golems along the way. Try to split the damage up between multiple golems at once.